Hey guys, and welcome back to Middle-earth Lore. Today's video is going to be a little bit more risky, and that's because this video topic can be quite controversial. I'll admittedly, I was a little hesitant to talk about it, and not just because it's hard to talk about, but because, well, when it comes to any kind of video that I make, if I feel like I can't add value to it or any additional information, then I'm simply just not going to do it. And when you look at my regular lore videos, they're made to be bite-sized and easily consumable. You'll have your question and you'll have your answer, and there you go. Within the 2 or 5 minutes, however long it is, you're free to go. The same thing applies to my other videos when I made videos relating to the news of the new Lord of the Rings Amazon Prime show. Which I haven't done in, I think, about a year or so. I may be wrong. I can't remember the last time I did it, but it's been a long time. And the reason for that is because if I don't feel like there's any additional, value that I can add to it or bring to the table, then I don't really see a point of regurgitating that information. Like, you can probably find that information, the same exact information as the news releases, from an article or a Reddit post or another YouTube video. You can find that information pretty easily. And so, again, with this video, I was like, do I even want to make this? Is there a point to it? But it came down to, yeah, you know what? I think this is a long-needed, discussion. I need to be honest and just kind of get my thoughts out and be blunt about it and I'll let you guys know what my thoughts on this whole thing. And what I mean by this is, generally, the Tolkien community has been pretty good. The community and the fandom hasn't been all that divided, at least until this new Amazon Prime TV show surfaced. And it's not Amazon themselves. It's what Amazon is bringing in the news as it releases that is starting to kind of gain a little bit of a conflict. I think we can all agree that the Star Wars fandom is toxic. I mean, if not all the time, it's most of the time. They're pretty much at each other's throats. The fan base is very divided, and you can blame and point fingers at whoever, but that is not exactly what we should be seeing with the Tolkien community either. Tolkien community has always been a place where you could go and be like, hey, this is my little escape to Middle-earth. At least that's what it was for me. After the whole thing with Star Wars, what put me off wasn't the sequel trilogy. I'm not a fan of the sequel trilogy by any means. I'll say that much. But guess what? People are. There are people that like it, and that's okay. It's okay to like things. It's also okay to dislike things. But those people that did like it, I'm happy for them because it means that they found value in it that I didn't. I especially don't like The Last Jedi, but people like it. And it's okay. But Middle-earth was my form of escape. I went to it not specifically because I didn't like the sequel trilogy. I ran away from all that. I didn't like how the Star Wars community was going. And I'm not so invested in it anymore because of how the fandom has been treated and how divisive it can be and how it seems that, at least I think it may have calmed down at this point, more or less. I don't know. I'm not as invested as I was before, but at the time it was like everyone was at each other's throats. It was conflict. Now, I'm not saying you can't have conflict. You can't have a civil discussion or a civil debate. That is healthy. It is fine. But it's often not what is the case. It's essentially just people, it's a little echo chamber of one ideology or another, and when they do kind of debate, it's more like, hey, subscribe to my idea, my opinion, and that's it. I'm not gonna, be like, okay, I'm glad you like it, or I'm glad you dislike it, and, here are my reasons, and blah, blah, blah. And we can both, exchange and whatnot. But no, it's not like that at all. It's more like, hey, subscribe to my idea, my ideologies. You are not a fan. End of story. Period. Point blank. That's it. And that's why it's getting dangerous. Now, it's especially kind of alarming to me because when it comes to this show, the information that we've got over this whole time is we don't know anything about it. We haven't even seen a trailer. Like, it very well could be terrible. I'm someone who's, I guess, cautiously optimistic about this whole show, but that's also because I don't know much about it. Of course, there's all that information, but that's not really telling of much. We haven't seen a trailer yet, so who knows what the show's like. Could it be complete trash and a complete dumpster fire? Absolutely. I have a plan for the last 2 years about something I want to do on this channel once the show happens, but if the show is not living up to my expectations, I'm not liking it, I'm simply just going to stop. I'm not going to carry on doing it. It's as simple as that. And again, if you don't like it, it's okay, because it's not canon. We still have the books. You know, if that's what you enjoy, if you are someone who enjoys Tolkien as purist, it's not changing. We still have the original source material, and, you know, obviously you might want to see it as a show, and nobody wants, I can understand the criticisms of it. Nobody wants it to be no one wants something to be bad. You know, everyone's not going to be like, hey, I can't wait for the show to suck. No, we're not like that. But at the same time, if it does turn out to be bad, it's okay. We have something else as well. It's not going to, you know, change much. And you don't even have to like the Peter Jackson films. Personally, I love them. I even like The Hobbit. Yes, I've had many discussions as to why or why not. You might. I don't really want to get into it. I've had many long, extensive conversations about it in the past. But, you know, I like it, and that's okay. And I fully understand, because this is like a form of escapism. You want it to be, you know, grade A quality all the time. But just because it's not grade A quality for you, it may be grade A quality for someone else. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Honestly, it took a lot of takes to do, because, you know, I'm not someone who usually likes to ramble. I'm usually someone who scripts my videos, but regardless, and it was also something that was kind of difficult to talk about, but again, you know, I think it was important. But if you enjoy this video, please give it a like. If not, give it a dislike. You know, I'm all for it. Let me know down below what your thoughts are. Be civil, though. You know, let's not go at each other for this either. But yeah, remember to subscribe and like the beacons on your way out to stay up to date with all my latest videos. And until our next meeting, I bid you farewell.